Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Gino Palazzolo hitting on former 90 Day Fiance cast member's wife. 90 Day Fiance star Gino Palazzolo has been hitting on a former cast member's wife. This is not shocking for fans to hear. Jasmine Pineda and Gino Palazzolo have been having a lot of problems in their marriage. However, he is wasting no time when it comes to trying to find someone else. Keep reading to find out more about this. Jasmine Pineda and Gino Palazzolo have not had an easy marriage. Viewers have seen them go through plenty of ups and downs. The two of them are constantly arguing and not getting along. However, they went on 90 Day Fiance, the last resort to give their marriage one final try. During this time, they are already struggling. A lot of their problems stem from the lack of intimacy. Jasmine claims that Gino will not be intimate with her. However, he claims it is due to the constant fighting. Gino Palazzolo seems to be hitting on a former cast member's wife. Viewers know Jasmine and Blake from the franchise. However, Jasmine revealed that she and Blake had been separated for about a year. They are not living together anymore. However, she said she is not fully shutting down the idea of getting back together. She revealed that Gino hit her up. Gino started sending me messages and asking what I was doing for New Year's. I thought it was a pretty quick move. I subtly declined the invitation. There have been rumors that Palazzolo and Pineda have separated. However, this makes fans more sure that the rumors are true, especially after Jasmine called a male friend she had supposedly been dating while on the last resort. Fans did not see Jasmine and Gino working out. However, Gino is making his move on some of the former cast members from the franchise. It seems that Gino has hit up Jasmine. Fans are shocked to see he is going for another Jasmine. However, she shut him down quickly. Gino and Jasmine have made it clear that they are no longer together by doing things like this. However, fans are still watching them try to save their marriage on 90 Day Fiance, the last resort. Is this shocking to you? Do you think he has a chance with any of the cast members? Sound off in the comments below. We would love to hear your thoughts. Gino Palazzolo hitting on former 90 Day Fiance cast member's wife. It was an ordinary evening at a high-end Miami restaurant, its dim lighting casting shadows across the white-clothed tables. The buzz of chatter and clanking glasses filled the air, but amidst the ambience, one conversation was slowly taking shape. A conversation that would soon reverberate beyond the evening itself. Gino Palazzolo, the oft-controversial star of 90 Day Fiance, before the 90 days, found himself across from Isabella, the stunning wife of a former cast member. They'd met at a gathering of 90 Day alumni, an event designed to unite the franchise's former stars and allow them to catch up, reminisce, and, in some cases, forge new relationships. But what was about to unfold was anything but typical. Gino had been known for his peculiar charm, combined with a touch of awkwardness. He wasn't the kind of guy who would traditionally steal the spotlight, but tonight, his usual nervous energy had settled into a quiet confidence. He wore his trademark baseball cap, as if to remind everyone of his down-to-earth nature, while his oversized glasses gleamed beneath the restaurant's candlelight. He had a penchant for humor, often self-deprecating but always just sharp enough to maintain his reputation. Tonight, however, there was something different about him, something almost daring. Isabella, on the other hand, sat back in her chair with an elegant grace, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. She had been married for years to David, a former 90 Day Fiance cast member who had once caused waves with his eccentricity and unique perspective on relationships. Isabella was a beauty in her own right, sophisticated and effortlessly composed. She had been married to David for so long that it seemed their relationship had aged like a fine wine. Mature, full of character, but occasionally a bit unpredictable. Their initial conversation started innocently enough. They exchanged pleasantries, catching up on the latest happenings in the 90-day Fiance universe. But Gino, the once bashful and often quiet man, began to inch closer to crossing a line that many would deem unspoken. "You know, Isabella," Gino began, his voice carrying a trace of hesitation, but also an edge of something far more dangerous. "I've always admired how strong you are. You carry yourself with such confidence, and David, well, he's lucky to have someone like you." "Well, thank you," Isabella said, leaning in slightly. "David and I have been through quite a lot together, but we've always made it work. We've had our moments, like any couple, but I wouldn't trade it for anything." Gino nodded, a flicker of a smile curling on his lips. He leaned in closer, eyes locked with hers. "I can imagine. It's hard to find someone who truly understands you, especially in this industry. Not everyone gets what we go through." Isabella's heart skipped a beat. She had seen Gino's awkward moments, but tonight he was making her feel something else, an unspoken intensity that seemed to fill the space between them. His gaze held hers, and for a moment, the noise around them seemed to fade away. "You know, you're not like a lot of the women I meet," Gino continued, his voice low, his tone soft but laced with purpose. "There's something different about you. You're captivating." Isabella, who had been trained for years to navigate the subtle flirtations of public life, felt a shift within her. She wasn't unfamiliar with this kind of attention, but the way Gino spoke, the way he looked at her, seemed almost calculated. It was more than just a compliment, it felt like an invitation. And yet, despite the oddity of the situation, there was something strangely magnetic about it. She couldn't deny it. "Gino, I appreciate the compliment," but she hesitated, unsure of how to proceed. "David is my husband. We've been through a lot together, and our bond is unbreakable." Gino's lips curled upward into a knowing smile. He wasn't deterred, not in the slightest. He had a way of making people feel like the most important person in the room, even if he was being cheeky, playful, or downright bold. And right now, he was playing a dangerous game, walking the fine line between admiration and flirtation. "I'm not trying to make trouble, Isabella," Gino said, though his voice carried an undertone of challenge. "I just think you deserve to know that you have someone here who truly sees you, someone who admires you for more than just what others see on TV." Isabella's lips parted, but she quickly regained her composure. She had been through too much, experienced too much in the world of reality TV, to let something as simple as Gino Palazzolo's charm throw her off course. Still, there was something oddly intoxicating about his persistence, something that tugged at the edges of her curiosity. "David and I," Isabella said, the words coming out firmly, "have a deep connection. What we have is not something that can be easily swayed by someone's attention." Gino's expression softened, and his eyes held a mix of understanding and something more, perhaps regret. He wasn't the kind of man to push too hard, but he did like to test boundaries. Tonight, with Isabella, he found himself testing not just her boundaries, but his own limits as well. "I get it," Gino said, his voice quieter now, almost apologetic. "But sometimes you just want someone to remind you that you're more than just a wife or a reality TV personality, right?" Isabella felt her heart race as the conversation shifted in tone. There was a certain vulnerability in Gino's words, a tenderness that wasn't quite expected. Yet in that moment, she knew this was just the beginning of a far more complicated dynamic than either of them could predict. As the evening wore on, the tension between them simmered, unspoken, undeniable, and lingering in the air. Isabella could sense Gino's desire for something more, and she could also sense that he wasn't willing to back down easily. But what he didn't realize was that, while he may have momentarily captured her attention, her loyalty to David was a force far stronger than any flirtation could ever be. And as the evening came to a close, both Gino and Isabella knew this wouldn't be the last time their paths crossed in this strange, unpredictable world of reality TV and relationships. Whether they would stay on separate paths or find themselves drawn to something entirely new remained to be seen. But one thing was certain: their connection, however fleeting, was now part of the narrative that would echo in the shadows of their futures. This scenario is fictional and imagined for creative purposes.